is going on, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of I Formation Podcast. Last week we had our first episode. I think it went pretty well, a little longer than we thought it would be, just because it was first episode. We were doing a lot of talking about some other stuff, and some of our segments were a little bit longer. So today it should be a little quicker. But before we get started, I'll let LaRon talk a little bit.
What's going on, man? Welcome back, man. It's episode 2, Affirmation Podcast, man. Remember to follow us on all platforms, IG, Facebook, Twitter, and everything, man. Man, listen out for this show for the trivia, man. We're giving away autograph hat of myself, you know what I'm saying? Go to personalize it to you, whatever you want to go on there. Send it right to your address, man. You get the trivia questions right. But man, welcome back, man. It's episode 2, man. We got some great content for you for this one, man. We're gonna be talking some good football again. Some good football again, man, with my guy. So man, I'm looking forward to it this show, man. And fourth quarter, we got something special for y'all today. Fourth quarter, we got something special for y'all today. So man, can't wait for that either, man. Again, man, just welcome back. Welcome back to the show, man. How you been doing, man? How was your week, man?
I was great. It was a little quiet. Preseason wasn't preseason was pretty exciting. We talked about a little bit of stuff we saw, but as we get into the second and third quarter, we'll definitely be talking about some of the decisions made, and it was a pretty good week for football.
Yeah, good week, man. You got Zach. You got Zach at a decent game up there.
Shutting me up, trying to shut me up. Oh yeah, he definitely did.
Hey, as soon as I seen it, I said, "Oh man, I got to text him, man, to tell him Zach had a good game, came back strong." And our guy Justin, I think he got welcomed a little bit.
Yeah, he did.
To the NFL.
Yes, he did. He definitely did. It was definitely not as good of a week for him, but yeah. So for the first quarter, we're gonna get into the NFC predictions. Like I said last week, it took us 2 whole quarters. We really talked a lot about every single team, and we decided this week, so we had some more time to do other stuff. We're just gonna kind of go pretty quickly through it. We might talk about one team in each division a little bit more than all the others, but it'll be more quick this week. But for our first team, we're gonna start in the NFC East. We're going to alphabetical order. The Dallas Cowboys. I have them going 8-9 and a 3-3 divisional record. Their offense is gonna be good. I'm a little worried about their defense and their schedule's kind of tough. We talked about their AFC opponents, and their NFC opponents aren't very easy either. So I'm going to go with 8-9 and a 3-3 division.
All right, with Dallas, just looking over their schedule, like right now, like you said, a lot of AFC teams and everything. But I feel like they're gonna be a little bit better. So you don't think Dallas gonna win the NFC East?
No.
So all right. So who you got winning the NFC East?
Football team, Washington football team. I got them going 12-5.
12-5, the Washington football team.
Yes.
Man, that's man. I got Dallas. Look, you got them going 12-5. I had Dallas going 12-5.
And what do you have them going in the division?
I had them going. They're losing two in the division. They go split. They go split on the. They go split with Philly and split with Washington. Sweep the Giants.
See the Giants. All right. So now that we finished the Cowboys in alphabetical order, I got the Giants next, and I had the Giants going 8-9, just like the Cowboys.
No,
I had the Giants get 8-9.
I agree. Mine's pretty much the same with yours with the Giants. So pretty much how I did the NFC, how I did mine. I broke mine down in as it went over the record. Well, I went over the record and everything, and then I broke it down who I think will win the division, and who I think the two teams that are going to come out, you know what I'm saying, like extra, you know what I'm saying? Right. The extra team is going to come out extra who will get to it. But I feel like Dallas, what you think about it, just you know what I'm saying, for the NFC, I feel like Dallas is going to be a contender this year. You don't think so?
I think they could.
With Dak back, before Dak got hurt. Before Dak got hurt, they were rolling. And I don't know. I wouldn't say for the defense. I wouldn't say for the defense as in how they were playing. They got a few key pieces now, but Dak was rolling before he got hurt.
Yeah, they definitely the offense is going to be the best offense in the NFC East. I don't really think that's debatable. I mean, Washington be all right, but Washington's more of a defensive team. But
Facts,
Dallas,
facts.
Dallas just their defense scares me. Like I said, like last year, I really don't know what to expect from them. Just coming off, they did get some pieces, but like I don't know. Parsons should be good, but I don't think they can rely on one guy on that defense. Especially, it all
Facts.
depends. They're gonna need some guys to step up, but we'll see. Like I said, we'll see how that goes. So Dallas, you have Dallas winning the NFC East, so we'll check them off, and you have them going 12-5, and I got the Washington football team winning the NFC East, going 12-5. So, and who's the next? What do you have Washington going in that division? Do you not have them making the playoffs?
Oh yeah, not yeah, yeah. I had what I got Dallas the only team coming out of the NFC
Okay,
East because the NFC East be so weak.
yeah,
I
you're
know they
right.
play a lot of defense, but it really be the only team. The team I think the division I think gonna have three people coming out is the
NFC
NFC
West.
West.
Yep,
Yep, NFC
I got the
West.
same
That's
thing.
that. Yep, yep. So I
I
guess
got
we agree on that. That's my the NFC West. I got three teams coming out of that one.
so now, moving on to the
Who
NFC
your three?
North.
Let me ask you. Oh, you go. I did go north. No, go north. That's how I'm
Oh,
asking
oh
your
yeah, I
NFC
forgot.
West team.
When we get to the West, that three will be different though, because all four can make it. Truly,
All
all four
four
got it.
can
Yeah,
make it.
you're right.
Yes. All right, you go NFC North.
I got two teams because there's seven. The NFL's got
Okay.
the seven playoff teams. So I got two teams in the NFC North making the playoffs. Green Bay, obviously, I got them going 14-3. With Rodgers, probably his last year, I got them being good. And then I also got the Bears making the playoffs. Like Fields, I think, even though, like we said, it was a little bit of a step back this week, I think Fields will take the job week 4, 5, or 6. And from there on, I think they'll be good. I think they're going to go 10-7, do good in their division, which is pretty weak other than Green Bay. And I think they'll make the playoffs as the 7 seed, I believe. That in the 7.
As the last seed.
Yes.
It's so crazy, man. It's so crazy how you had the NFC North. That's how my NFC South is.
Okay. Oh,
So
South.
with Tampa Bay and New Orleans, because
Okay.
mine sort of like that. Because I got Green Bay. I got Green Bay winning the NFC North. I have Chicago doing good with my guy like coming on, but I don't have them. You know what I'm saying, making the playoffs. So this was my bargain. I was looking at that like as in the extra team. I
Right.
said, and this is a segment that we're gonna talk about in the third quarter about the QB battles with
Right.
what the Saints just did. I get that edge with them over Chicago as in the quarterback, you know what I'm
Right.
saying, as in them getting that 7th seed, you know what I'm saying. But I got Green Bay, as you said, like you said in the NFC North, Green Bay is Aaron Rodgers, like you said last year. Like he put in the thing last dance with
Right. Last
Devontae.
dance.
He stopped trying to contract talk. So it's like he's done with it. I feel like they go do it. I feel like they go do their thing in NFC North and really run through, you know what I'm saying, the NFC and you know what I'm saying, get to that dance again.
Yeah, for
Try to
sure.
see what's going on. Yep.
Moving on to the NFC South, that was where
Oh.
that I had Atlanta 4-13, Carolina 3-14. Both of them, I like Carolina's offense. I just don't like Sam Darnold. New Orleans, who you got making the playoffs, I had going 9-8. So they were one game out of making the playoffs.
Yep.
But now this was also tough just because like the NFC schedules were kind of tough. So I had Tampa Bay going 14-3,
Yep.
and 5-1 in their division. The only team they split with was New Orleans. So I got Tampa Bay going 14-3, and then New Orleans missing the playoffs by one game.
Okay. Yeah, my like I said, mine was the opposite of your NFC North. I got New Orleans making it at 10-7, getting in that late game. And Tampa Bay and Green Bay still at the top of that thing, battling out for the 1 and 2. So
Right.
that's why I was like confused because I went back to Green at the Tampa Bay schedule. I went back to Green Bay again and say, man, I'm trying to figure it out because it's gonna be an interesting season, man. Like
Yes, it
I can't
will.
wait for this. I can imagine like how the episodes gonna be when we get around like week 9 or week 10. You
It's
know what
gonna
I'm
get
saying?
so much
Yeah.
content.
when Buffalo got Chicago, like you know what I'm saying, we can
Right.
laugh at like when we around there talking about that game, like how it gonna be then. So like this NFC pretty much. How you feel about the NFC? With pretty much it being, you know what I'm saying, wide open and all that. How you feel about the NFC?
See,
Who's coming out? Who's coming out?
The AFC the AFC I had doing better overall record, I believe. Like actually it's kind of close. I got a lot of I got the NFC West, like we already said. Once we get into them, they're stacked. Like I got three teams making
Me
it out of
too.
there. But the NFC, like, I don't know, it's just like I said, their schedules are so tough. I don't know if that's just the way I was looking at it. I just felt like a lot of NFC teams are talented. They're just not making the playoffs because like they're gonna be beating up on one
They're gonna be
another.
beating up on the
Yeah,
That's what I
and I think
said.
that's
I
gonna be
said the
tough for
same
them.
thing. Yeah, with 12 games and it's five non-divisional games for
Yep.
them. Yeah, so yeah, like them 12 games in the NFC be pretty much, you know what I'm saying, tough and banging defense,
Yep.
running the ball, cold.
Yep.
You know, so especially in that NFC North. So all right, we can move on to the NFC West. I want to see who your three teams is.
So for the NFC West, I got San Fran is the only team I don't have making it. But they
Me
were a little
too.
they were a little banged up with injuries last year, and I understand. It's just I don't like that division is so tough. Literally, I wrote every single team going 3-3 in the division just because like
Yep.
that probably won't happen, but I wrote it just because like I had to. Like Arizona traveling to all three teams, I got them losing, but then winning at home. The
Winning
Rams
at
traveling
home.
to all three. Like I got all three teams, or all four teams going 3-3 in the division. But San Fran's my only team I don't have making it. But Arizona's my one. They win the division I have. The Rams are the second team, and Seattle's the third. Um, and Seattle and Chicago have a 10-7 record, and they're tied. But I have Chicago having a better divisional record, so Chicago gets the 6th seed and Seattle gets 7. But like I said, all three of those teams in the NFC West, besides San Fran, I have making.
Man, it's so man. I don't know. You probably I don't know if you was in my head or what, because mine's pretty much the same thing. Even about I got the Rams with
First,
I got the Rams. Yeah, I got the Rams first, Arizona 2, Seattle 3, and yeah, San Fran not making it. And like you said, what you think? It's so crazy. Like I got Seattle. I had Seattle with the better record than New Orleans. So I had New Orleans at the 7th seed
okay,
and Seattle at the 6th. Yeah, I had Seattle at the 6th. So we just flop. I
right?
was just flop. Yeah, I was just flopping. So you know what I'm saying? I don't know if it could work out there. They
No,
gonna have
yeah,
to with the record. Now it's just now it's just best record, right? It's
right,
just
yeah,
best record going down. So yeah, you just gotta win these games. It's about winning now. Just win.
yep.
Win your division, you win. But shit, still win.
So you're right, 100% right. So now, before we got 2 minutes left, before we wrap up the first quarter, um, for the playoff, we're gonna look at our playoff picture. Like you saw with the AFC, we put out a little picture showing kind of our brackets. So
Yeah.
my first seed I have being Tampa Bay. Now, who do you have?
My first seed, I got Green Bay
Green Bay. Okay. So
for
now,
Tampa
and you have Green
for
Bay
Tampa Bay.
going what? You have
I
Green
got
Bay.
Green
What
Bay
is the record?
15-2.
15-2. Okay.
Yeah, with Tampa Bay 14-3.
As the two. So Tampa Bay's the two.
Yep.
Now, who's your 3 and 4? Because I got your 7, 6, and 5. So 3 and
My
4.
three, my three would be the Rams.
Okay. And then 4 is Dallas.
Yep, Dallas. Yep.
And you had the Rams going 13 and 4.
13-4. Then I got then Dallas at 12-5.
And Arizona at
I had
oh
Arizona I had Arizona at 12-5 also.
okay. And Seattle at 11 and 6 or 12 and 5 as well.
No, I had Seattle at 10. Seattle at 10-7. They
Okay.
struggled a little bit.
And New Orleans at 10 and 7 as well. Okay.
Yeah, 10-7 they tied. Yeah, but what Seattle got the better record at the 6th.
Right.
You know what I'm saying, like that. So yeah, yes sir,
Okay.
yes
So
sir.
now That is
thing might
perfect
pan
timing.
out. That might pan out. That might
Yeah.
pan out. That might pan out right there, baby.
That looks, yeah, I like this. I like the way our NFC looks a little bit better than I like the way our NFC looks better than the AFC. I think the AFC was tougher to do just because it was our first one and we didn't have
Yep.
an idea what we were looking at yet. So I think the
Yeah.
NFC will end up better than the AFC.
Then I
Well,
think we had a better. I think we had a better flow of the NFC too. How we
yep.
just broke it down by
Yeah,
divisions, and
quickly.
what I'm saying, broke it down, man. So that first quarter was pretty good, man. And man, y'all give you, man, in the comments or however y'all feel, man. Y'all give y'all predictions on, what I'm saying, the NFC. How y'all
Yeah.
think the division is gonna go? You know what I'm saying? Give y'all predictions on and see if y'all can. What I'm saying, see if y'all's are better than ours, and we go tap back into these, and what I'm
Yep.
saying, throughout the season, man, to see what's up, baby, for real.
And before we wrap up the quarter, like LaRon just said, give us our comments. Like, and if you disagree, let us know. Like LaRon,
Let us.
nobody was messing with that Chargers pick, but he stuck by it. That's what he
I
believes, and we're
stuck
gonna go right
by it.
back at you.
Yeah, there was that. Somebody called me nuts. I was like, give me your logic on that. Why am I like,
Right.
what I'm saying? So I can't. But they know that I play with the Ravens. I couldn't have the Ravens going, what I'm saying, undefeated, even though
Right.
it's possible.
Yeah. Right. It is.
It's possible. It's possible for any team, But just predictions, man. But give your honest opinions on it, especially the NFC, man, because we really want your honest opinion. Because I was confused about, really like banging, pillaring that up because they go bang up on each other so much this
100%.
season.
So now that is it for the first quarter. Now we will jump into our first trivia question. Now for our first trivia question of the day of the episode, it will be who threw LaRon his first touchdown in the NFL. Like we said last week, it was a receiving touchdown. But this is who threw it, the quarterback who threw it. Like we said, try not to cheat, but we need y'all guessing. We got some good prizes for the winners of each week. We're doing it each week. I made a mistake. I posted it. We're doing it just the winner of the whole year, but we're doing it each week. So it's really easy. All you have to do is answer 3 questions and give your answers, and that'll be easy from there for you guys. So like I said, the question: who threw LaRon his first touchdown in the NFL? All right, now we are kicking off the second quarter. We for this quarter we are going to rank our best quarterback and wide receiver duos in the NFL. We'll start with number 5 and go down and finish with number 1. But for number 5, I put Kyler Murray and DeAndre Hopkins. I think Kyler Murray needs to have a better year. I think this is his year. You give him a guy like DeAndre Hopkins, and last year at the beginning of the year, he was playing like one of the best quarterbacks and MVP candidate. And at the end of the year, he just fell off. Like there were a couple weeks he had 85 passing yards, which is not really good out of your quarterback, especially with a guy like DeAndre Hopkins. So I put him number 5. I think he's going to have a good year, but I think we need to see him step up this year.
Okay, my QB receiver duo, number 5, gonna be probably surprising to a lot of people. So I put Russell Wilson and Lockett, not DK.
Not DK. Yeah, DK is what a lot of
Not
people have.
DK. Yeah, a lot of people probably got DK, but I put Lockett. The year that he done had, that I see they done upped his pay. He
Yep.
he deserved it. 1,000-yard season, 100-yard catch season. You know what I'm saying? Wilson be getting them the rock. So that's my number 5. That'll be, old Russell Wilson and Lockett. If they stay on, they protect Wilson, man. He can do his thing, man. They got to
You're right.
protect him, man. They got to
Yeah, they do.
protect him, man.
That offensive
Got to
line just
protect. It's
but
crazy.
now for number 4, I put Tom Brady and Evans.
Okay.
I just Mike Evans has been the guy. I like him and Brady now with all the weapons they have. Brady's he's kind of using everything. Like that's how Brady's always been. He uses a ton of weapons, but Mike Evans still is a guy who is a true number 1 receiver in the NFL. And actually, before I get to 3 or before I move on, Herbert and Keenan Allen were an honorable mention for me. I really like them. But
Okay.
I just barely left them out.
Okay. So my number 4 is your number 5, Murray and Hopkins. Feel like, what I'm saying, him going over there, Murray with the big arm, doing what he got to do.
Right.
AJ Green, the addition of AJ Green is going to open up that a lot more. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? So that's my number. That's my number four, man. When he left Houston, man, and he went over there, like, man, that's crazy. That's going to
That's
be
insane.
ridiculous. So yeah, insane for real.
So now for number 3, I got Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs.
Okay.
This was kind of pretty easy for me to put them up there just because the year Josh Allen struggled so much 2 years ago. He struggled a ton. He had showed the arm he had. It was just a ton of overthrows. It was a lot of seemed like miscommunication. But as soon as they added Stephon Diggs, Josh Allen became an MVP candidate. Had a huge year last year. Made the AFC Championship. Looked really good, and I think a big part of that was adding a receiver like Stephon Diggs. His route running, his footwork, all of that. Diggs is just a true number one, and he showed it last year with Josh Allen.
Indeed, indeed. So so I had to figure it out for number three. I had two of them. It's crazy that you just mentioned. I got Herbert and Allen,
Allen,
and I got 3A and I got a 3B, Burrow and Chase. Now, let me explain for Burrow and Chase. I know we haven't seen them, you know what I'm saying, on the field live, you know what I'm saying, a regular season game. But that connection that was at LSU that they had, and the few plays that, you know what I'm saying, I seen from training camp, you know what I'm saying, I know it was on air or whatever. I think it's going to be, you know what I'm saying, a dope little connection. So look forward to that connection, the Burrow Chase. But, you know what I'm saying, I got Herbert Allen right there at number three.
that's different.
That's different. That's different.
That is
Yes,
different. That's
yes,
why I
sir.
like
Yes,
it. Like
sir.
it's different. Just like the
Yeah.
Chargers being
Uh-huh.
the first seed. Like we're not gonna give you guys like straight up like stiff content. That's the way I can
Yeah.
say it, like stiff content. Like we're gonna give you different stuff. That's how we feel. Like we're gonna
Like,
keep it real. And that's how you feel.
and that Herbert Allen, that I think that was a blessing for Allen. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
When he
yeah.
stepped in there and started throwing that pill to him, and he got a deep threat. Then
Yep.
his other deep threat on the other side. So I think it's gonna be. I told you it's gonna be an interesting season, man. It's gonna be
Yep.
interesting. Yes, sir.
100%.
Yes, sir.
So now moving on to number 2, I got
Okay.
Mahomes and Tyreek Hill. That's like Mahomes is Mahomes. We all know what he can do. Tyreek Hill. It'll be interesting to see what happens now that Sammy Watkins is gone. Because I think Sammy Watkins was kind of like the Swiss Army knife. Like he was a different look for them. He opened up Tyreek Hill. So we'll see how Hill plays without him, but I still had to have those two at number 2 just because of the numbers they put up weekly.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So am it's so I got a 2A and a 2B. It's so many. I got Hill and Mahomes. Everybody know what Mahomes and Hill
Yep.
can do, you know what I'm saying, and all that. But at my number two, I had Diggs and
And
Josh
Allen.
Allen. Just because, you know what I'm saying, Diggs led the league, you know what I'm saying, receptions, yards, you know what I'm saying, made Josh Allen look, you know what I'm saying, just amazing. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? Just how he getting on the ball and just got a possession receiver, guy that, you know what I'm saying, he know he could count on. So I had it like Hill and Mahomes, you know that, and but Diggs and Josh my number two.
Okay, so now for number 1, this was like the obvious.
I
Aaron
think we I think
Rodgers,
we got the same.
yeah,
I think we got
Aaron
the
Rodgers and
same.
Devontae Adams. Like
Yes,
like
sir.
like
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
like
Go
like that
Pack,
was like
go.
kind of
Go
obvious.
Pack, go.
Yeah, exactly. Like I just think like the last dance this year, like what Devontae Adams did last year was incredible. Before the year, last year I had DeAndre Hopkins as my number 1 receiver. I still think
Yeah,
Hopkins is number one caliber, but what Devontae
yeah.
Adams did last year, every single week was just insane, and Rodgers having him will be crucial for the Packers. Like we didn't know what was going on at one point. We thought the Packers could be without both of them at one point this year. And now, like we said, they're both going to be there. That'll be huge for them. And like I said, it's just they're too good to leave off number 1.
Man, it's obvious. It's obvious the connection they have, the timing they have. I know they've been together. When he put up that post of Last Dance, I said, yeah, this is gonna be interesting. Like
Yep.
they're gonna do everything they can. Got Randall Cobb back to take some pressure off of, you know what I'm saying, Adams now. Still got the other threats there, got a running game. Yeah, man. No, I said no, I said I got my guys coming out of the NFC. They're my number one quarterback duo. It's just Rodgers, man. Just the way that he operates. You know what I'm saying?
It's different.
In out of the pocket and the way he slings the ball and just everybody just be on time with him. You know,
Right.
I can imagine how they practices be like when
Oh,
they
yeah.
go through going through like you know what I'm saying they passing game and all that. So I said them without Rodgers is going to be very 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 different. I don't care what they
Yep.
say.
Yep.
No
Yeah, I
matter what,
couldn't.
no matter how you try to put it, no matter how you try to put it, no matter how you try to slice it, it's going to be different.
It's not going to be the same Green Bay. Green Bay, like Green Bay doesn't even. I'm not going to say they don't have that much talent because, like I said, you got Devontae Adams, you got Aaron Jones, but what Rodgers has done for that franchise and for them not to really value him the way he wanted to be is just wrong. Like I don't get that.
Man, that's just how I think how the NFL is. Period. They need to start valuing their players a lot more,
Yep.
especially like the guys like especially a guy like Aaron Rodgers. I feel like he shouldn't have to go through all that. You know what I'm saying by proving a point or just doing all that. Then people just having their own opinions about the situation, not even knowing you know what I'm saying what this man
Yep.
is going through
Right.
with the relationship that he has with this
Yep.
organization. Like people really don't know. You know, that's just like us on the outside looking in talking about it now. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? We really don't know just how it is. That's why I just said just let it fold out, man. Everything will happen, you know what I'm saying, the way it need to happen.
Yep. Couldn't agree more. Now before we wrap up the second quarter, I was gonna ask you if Julio Jones was in Atlanta, would you have had Matt Ryan and Julio Jones on that list? Because last year I was doing some research and a lot of lists had Matt Ryan and Julio Jones. So I was going to
Yep.
ask you if they were together, would you have had them on there?
I probably would have had them like you had, probably like Herbert and Allen, like
Honorable
an
mention,
honorable mention. Because I just had to throw Herbert and Allen in there. That just like
right?
that probably just like that one, like people that got it because of the numbers that them two have put up.
Yep.
Like they put up some numbers against each other. So I mean it's very interesting. You know what I'm saying? So question for you, do you think Tannehill can get him the ball like Matt? You know what I'm saying? Like they got AJ. I know they got AJ on the other side. How
Yeah.
you feel about that
So
with the
now
running game?
that, yeah. And like they're a run first offense. And I'm not a huge fan of Tannehill. I think Tannehill's job's easy with Derrick Henry. Like teams guess run all the time against them. And when they don't run, it opens up the passing game for him and it makes his job way easier. But um I don't like I'll be interested to see like week 7 or 8, like what's going on there because AJ Brown's either not going to get the ball as much as he wants, or
Yeah,
Julio won't be getting the ball as much as he wants. I want to see how those guys kind of react. Like before they brought Julio in, AJ Brown was like all for bringing him in, like offering him stuff and wanted to get him there as much as he could. But now,
yeah,
like when football actually starts, like you want your targets, you want the ball as much as you can get. Now I get a lot of guys want to win, and that's the way. Like I am playing sports, like winning is always number one. But at the same time, like when you were the guy the year before, and then all of a sudden the new guy comes in, even though you asked for him, how are you going to feel when he starts getting that ball more than you
yeah,
and you don't touch it as much? You know what I'm saying?
yeah. I feel. I mean, it gonna be something he gonna have to check. Something he gonna have to check within himself. But like you said, he asked them to come over
Yep.
there. So hopefully it's all positive and
Right.
it be good. And the thing I'm talking about, for one thing, before anything, they got to get healthy. Like they
Yep.
whole
Yep.
team and the staff and everybody on the COVID list, everybody got to follow the
Yep.
protocols and you know what I'm saying that situation with Cam. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? We're
Yeah.
gonna tap into that in the third
Yeah.
quarter. You know what I'm saying? Speaking of the third quarter, we're gonna tap into that third quarter about
Yep.
you know what I'm saying, a few things, but you know, just following protocols, staying healthy. That's going to be a big advantage for teams this year. That's how
Yes.
we like the predictions. Like that's how that probably throw off a few weeks when the
Oh,
team,
100%.
yeah, when the team quarterback got to be out 10 days because of
Yep.
something, or you know what I'm saying, doing something against their protocol and you get fined and you can't play. You know what I'm saying, and all
Exactly.
that. And you away from the team, you really get it, and you're away from the team for 2 weeks. You know, so it gonna be interesting, man. But I like I said on the first show, it's one machine that did not move since COVID been going on, and that's that NFL.
Yep. 100%. The NFL, yep. That was the one league that forced it. Like they were gonna play their season, and now fans are gonna be there.
Regardless,
So it'll be interesting to see like if
fans.
the whole season goes
It
on
got
if
to the
fans are
point.
there.
It got. That's why I said it got to the point. This the one thing I want to say before we wrap up this third quarter. It got to the point that it started with no fans to the Super Bowl
Yep.
having fans,
Yep. Everybody there. Yep.
vaccinated fans getting
Yep.
free tickets. Like it
Yep.
was crazy. So now it's just like now it's full stadium, man. Full
Yeah.
stadium. Let's get back to normal, man. Keep your
Yeah.
mask on. I
Right.
just
Yeah.
recommend if people want anything, man, just wear your mask to the game, man.
Yeah.
Put on your jersey, put the matching mask on, man, and
Yep.
just wear it in the game. Just protect yourself, protect the people around you.
Exactly.
Some people ain't gonna wear it, man.
Yeah. Like you said, some people aren't gonna wear it. Like I understand. Like everybody's got their own beliefs, but like if you're gonna show up to a game, just keep the mask on. Like what? Like when you're drinking and eating, like eat your food or whatever. But like don't
Yeah.
make it harder for everybody. Just keep your mask
Thank
on.
you.
Like
Yeah, just keep your mask on. That's the only thing I be trying to tell people. I ain't trying to tell them people to get the shot, not to get the
right.
shot. Just if the mask been slowing stuff down, put that mask on.
Yep.
That's what I recommend. I had to tell
Yep.
myself that because I was one of when it first started. I'm around here. I ain't wearing no man. Let me put my mask on. Like I
Right.
got people around me, everything, stuff that I'm
Exactly.
doing. I want to protect myself too. You know what I'm saying? So
Right. Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
indeed.
Yeah. Exactly. So now that is it for the second quarter. Third quarter,
Halftime.
we're going to halftime.
Okay.
We're gonna jump into our trivia question. And third quarter, like we said, we're gonna be talking a little bit about some quarterback decisions that some teams will have to make. So that is it. And now we will be jumping into
Yeah.
our trivia question. For our second trivia question for this quarter, for halftime, I mean, this will be who was LeBron's head coach in college? Some of y'all, like we said, don't cheat. But if y'all are real and are watching our podcast, you'll know what this answer is. We went over it last week. Like we talked about it last week. If you follow either of us on social media, LeBron has put it on social media. He's talked about who was his coach. So it'll be interesting to see whether y'all got this answer. But like I said, who was LeBron's head coach in college? So now for the third quarter, second half, we're starting with our quarterback predictions. Warren Sharp on Twitter, Sharp Football at Sharp Football. Shout out to him for making this. We're a little bit late on it, just because like the way the NFL like kind of announced their starters, it was like right before. Not all these. Now with three of them will be able to make a prediction, but two of them were literally announced before we recorded. That's how quickly and
Man,
they messed up our
so
content a
quick,
little bit.
so quick.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
a little bit, man. But it might be breaking news a little bit if you haven't seen it yet. It was just
yep,
announced probably like you know what I'm saying, a couple hours ago. I don't know when this video dropped, you know what I'm saying? You can check the time, see it's
yep.
daylight outside.
Yeah, exactly.
See
But
when we dropping it, man.
but for number one, we're gonna do Teddy Bridgewater, Drew Lock. Now, this was a couple days ago. Bridgewater was announced as the starter.
Yep.
So instead of giving our prediction on this one, we're gonna just kind of say our feelings on it. Now, Bridgewater right now, I think is you could say the better quarterback. Drew Lock played good. They both had a really good preseason. That's the crazy thing. Like they both were playing really good. And coming
Mm-hmm.
into this preseason, like with that team, I knew it was going to be tough. Like I like Drew Lock. I'm a fan of Drew Lock just because kind of like his swagger. Like he struggled last year. I think he was dealing with some injuries throughout the whole year. That offensive line was kind of banged up, but I'm a fan of Drew Lock. But right now, like this is I wouldn't say a great opportunity for him, but learning under a guy like Bridgewater, who's a veteran, before Bridgewater got that concussion, when he got hit hard in his head sliding,
Yeah.
Bridgewater was the guy. Like people
Mm-hmm.
forget, I think, how good Bridgewater was that year that he got hit. And last year with Carolina, he had some big weeks. So it'll be interesting to see, but he was named the starter. And while a lot of people don't agree with the decision, it's not like right now for the whole season, Bridgewater will be the starter. If Bridgewater starts struggling, Drew Lock's ready to go. And Drew Lock, like I said, have been having a good preseason. So that's a
Yeah.
very good quarterback room there.
Well, yeah, I agree. Very good quarterback room. but I'm one of the people that disagree with it. You know what I'm saying? I love Teddy's game and everything, but I thought just with the offense that they
I agree.
have, you know what I'm
I agree with you.
saying? I thought they was gonna be more vertical, throwing that ball
Yep.
downfield, making sure, you know what I'm saying, getting Drew into, you know what I'm saying, a comfortable mode, you know what I'm saying,
Yep.
just like he was getting into like preseason, like you said, from last year to the preseason, he had a great preseason. You know what I'm saying? I thought he made a leap, you know what I'm saying? But
I agree.
it was very surprising when it came out. But they're going. I think it's a win-win. You know what I'm saying? They
Right.
got two starters on their team. Like you said, there's a great quarterback room. So it'll be interesting to see. Hopefully, get some good wins, man. Try to win that division.
Yeah, for sure. So now moving on to number two, here's one that we don't have. Who we don't know who the starter is yet. Trey Lance or Jimmy Garoppolo. Personally, like most people are gonna dislike this. I honestly think they should give Trey Lance 4 weeks, just or 3 or 4 weeks on the bench. Let Jimmy Garoppolo. Don't get me wrong, has been bad. He's not been good. Like
Mhm.
he's taking steps back. It looks like, but like Trey Lance, it just looked like he was kind of he you can tell he was not used to what he is now. Like the week one, the first play of the game, drops back, delivers a huge strike, a big touchdown. But then after that, it just looked like he was kind of like nervous.
Mhm.
Like I said last week,
Yeah.
like he just looked nervous. And I think regular season and preseason are two very different things. Which when he jumps into that real game start, I don't know how he'll react. Like I said, he looked nervous week one in the preseason. So week one the NFL, like regular season, he could be nervous as well. So I think they should just give Garoppolo like 3 or 4 weeks, let Trey Lance kind of watch the games, learn from the sideline, learn under Jimmy Garoppolo a little bit more, and then give him a chance to go.
Yeah. From you know what I'm saying, from the games that I've seen, I really think just how the play calling been going, how practice been going, just how he been. I think Trey probably get the nod. But like you said, I agree with what you're saying. I think they should give. I think they should. Trey go get the nod, just how everything, the hype and everything going.
Right.
But I think they should give it to Jimmy so he can learn a little bit more. Like you said, that game is fast in that regular season. It counts then. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta come on with it. Can't be you know what I'm saying? Oh, we'll fix that in practice. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be on four before the, you know what I'm saying, before
Yep.
you know it. So I think this year, instead of people, if he's not ready, he's not ready. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Don't try to prove a point, you know what I'm saying? Protect
Exactly.
the team, you know what I'm saying? Protect the job. You know what
Yep.
I'm saying? For
Yeah, yeah,
sure.
I couldn't. Yeah, exactly. But now moving forward to our third one. Now this was ruined literally minutes before we started recording. We were talking on the phone, and this was killed. So it's
I
Taysom Hill
thought,
or Jameis. Taysom Hill or Jameis. If y'all don't know, Jameis was announced as the starter. I was literally about to come on here and because like we had this, I had this ready. I was about to come on here and just say I don't know what the Saints are even doing, thinking about Taysom Hill. And literally, like last
thank
week, you
you.
heard it. Like last week when we were talking, it was just like, why
Yep.
is Taysom Hill even in the running right now? Like Taysom Hill is not the guy. Now, Jameis delivered the other night, and then this morning,
Yep.
good thing. I'm happy. Like I already let y'all know my thoughts. Jameis should be the guy, and he will be. And I think he could really get that offense going way more than Taysom Hill. Now you can throw Hill in there to run, but like he's
Mhm.
not a passer. It's not even debatable. Like he's what a lot of you weirdos think Lamar Jackson is. He is what a
Thank
lot of these
you.
weirdos think Lamar Jackson is. Like he just can't throw. Like he's not a good passing quarterback. He'll run, he'll take hits, he'll go on to the special teams and do different stuff, but he's not a quarterback. Like he's not the guy. I think it's perfect that Jameis was announced to be the starter, and I'm excited to see what he does there.
Man, I just want to clap. I just want to clap for the GM. Whoever made that decision,
Yep.
like, thank you,
Perfect.
man. The man, I'm talking about the guy. The guy had a great game. As you can see from the play calling, first play for Hill was a rollout pass. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
First play, then we're in the pocket. You know what I'm saying? We're working on that play action. We getting it done, and he's throwing the rock like he been throwing. The guy can throw the ball. He got his eyes fixed with that
Yep.
surgery. I think it'll be interesting. Just how he was looking, just his whole demeanor, just in that game. It felt like it was a regular season game for him. Ain't no telling what he would have did that entire game. You know what I'm saying? If he was in that entire game. So I think it was a great decision by the Saints, man. And you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's why I went on push them in. I said, well, with that choice right there, they probably slide into them playoffs. They probably slide into the playoffs with that.
Yep. But now for number 4, um, Andy Dalton or Fields. This this one is like frustrating for me. Like we talked about earlier, Fields struggled a bit week 2, but
Yeah.
Andy
Still did all
Dalton,
right.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Still held his own, and he is, in my opinion, better than, or he will be better than Andy Dalton. But Nagy just is like so stuck on Dalton being that quarterback, and maybe that's kind of a similar situation with Trey Lance and Jimmy G. Like they want
yep.
him to learn a little bit, but Nagy is like focused. Like Andy Dalton is his guy. He said it multiple times, and
Yeah.
I don't know what Fields. I don't know what Fields is going to have to do to kind of show show that he's the guy. Like because once that regular season starts, like, are we gonna have to wait for Andy Dalton to not be good? Because if that's the case, how long is Nagy gonna hold on to Andy Dalton and kind of waste the talent they have? Like this is not a shot at Andy Dalton. I just think Fields is better. Fields is more mobile. Fields will get out of the pocket and make plays that Andy Dalton just won't do. Andy Dalton might have a little bit more success in the pocket, if that, maybe. But other than that, there's really nowhere I don't see Andy Dalton being better than Justin Fields.
Man, so if I was, you know what I'm saying, a coach and my GM moved up to get a guy, you know what I'm saying, to change my organization. And the year before I messed up, and I mean years before I messed up and skipped over Deshaun Watson and a lot of them. Like I would be going with Fields. You know what I'm saying? I would be going with Fields as my quarterback, you know what I'm saying? Keep the excitement going, let Andy there, you know what I'm saying, straight up. But the thing about it, Andy's not budging. Like Andy said, he feel like it's his time. I feel like Fields is going to work a little harder, you know what I'm saying, to get it. You know what I'm saying? I hope Nagy loves his job, you know what I'm saying, and understands that, you know what I'm saying. But I don't even know if Nagy making that call. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? They might be telling Nagy to say that. You never know, you know what I'm
Right.
saying, behind closed door
Right.
what's going on. But it's obvious, you know what I'm saying. We both said the same thing. Fields should be starting, but
Yep.
I feel like they just gonna Andy Dalton will be the starter. They might slide him in, but we might be wrong, man. We'll see. We'll see.
Yep. We never know. Never know. But now we got like 5 minutes left. Perfect timing. Cam Newton and Mac Jones. Like we've this has been one of the Justin Fields, Andy Dalton, and the Cam Newton and Mac Jones discussions have been going on. Like
Yeah.
they've been big in our show, like especially last week. So now I'm gonna I really don't know prediction wise who will be the starter. For me, it would have to be Cam Newton. You let Cam play until Cam shows you that he shouldn't be playing. He should be the starter. I think this is going to be a bounce back year for Cam. I think Cam's going to have a big year. We're ready to see him prove those doubters wrong. I'm excited. He's had a good preseason, had a good camp, and then the COVID thing happens, pushes him back, and then it's like, well, now Mac Jones is looking great in camp. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm a fan of Mac Jones. I like Mac Jones in college, but because Cam gets put out with the false COVID test or whatever, we're gonna push him out of the starting role. That's wrong.
Yeah.
Um, I don't like that. I think Cam should be the starter. He's shown how well he's played. Now they said Mac Jones had a really good week while Cam was out, but that shouldn't matter if Cam is continuing to show what he is. A while ago, Bill said Cam is the starter and Mac will start on the bench. But now I think it's up in the air. I'm not exactly sure what they will do, but like I said, until Cam shows them he shouldn't be starting, I think Cam should be the starter.
Yeah, man, I agree with you 100%. I got Cam Newton, you know what I'm saying, over Mac. Even though Mac, I put it on all my social media, man, the people down here in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, they try to attack me, the Alabama Nation, because they be locked into their players. But the thing I say, I put up a quote earlier. I said, man, a lot of quarterbacks that then came from Alabama haven't done, you know what I'm saying, pretty good, you know what I'm saying, in the NFL, you know what I'm saying, like quarterback. I said, but now,
Right.
hopefully this year, Tua, Hurts, and you know what I'm saying, Mac Jones, if he gets the opportunity, change that narrative. But
Yep.
I'm still going with Cam Newton, like you said, the comeback season. I think he's good. They brought him back for a reason. He got more weapons now on offense.
Yep.
He has a defense now, so he don't have to be on the field so much. I mean, he got a defense now, so you know what I'm saying. He could, you know what I'm saying, operate more, do more plays. They could be getting out the field, getting them the ball more, so he can execute
Yep.
more. And like I said from the get go, he got more weapons. He got more
Yep.
weapons. So I just like give my man the offense. He had an off season this time. You know what I'm saying? Real preseason, real training camp. You know, and I hate it for that. I hate it, and he wasn't even doing nothing wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like with the
Exactly.
COVID mess, like it's just crazy. So he that if you unvaccinated, man, they got some strict rules for you.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying in the NFL, and I hate to say this, and I hate to say it, but you gotta go by their rules. You know what
Yep.
I'm saying? Because if you don't, you're gonna put your team
You hurt your
in the
team. Yeah.
jeopardy.
Exactly.
Imagine week 15, 16, 17 when it count and
And you get
something
screwed
like
because
that. So yeah, something like that happens and man, I'm like, man, so it's like this year, like you really gotta have 22 starters on offense
right.
and on defense because you gotta
Right.
be prepared, you know what
Yep.
I'm saying, no matter what. But hopefully, man, New England, I just it's not I question nothing with that Patriots organization do. So whatever
Yep.
they do, I know it's gonna be the best fit for their team. You know what I'm saying? But hopefully Cam, you know what I'm saying, just the way he been working, man,
Yep.
I just want to come on and just win the division, man. Like, you know what I'm saying, get to them
Yep.
playoffs, win a playoff game, you know what I'm saying? I know you probably don't get out the AFC, but you know, finish this thing strong like you want to.
Exactly. Exactly. And now, couldn't agree more. But before there's a minute left before we wrap
Yeah.
the third quarter up, move on to the fourth. It was just one area that I wanted to kind of bring up. This has been like a thought of mine for forever, like since they signed him at least. I want to see what you think. So now in Pittsburgh, Ben Roethlisberger is a starter. We all know that. But my bet with a lot of people and something I've been saying, Dwayne Haskins will be a starting quarterback before the end of the year. I'm not saying whether it's with injury. I'm not sure
Mm,
what it will be with a hot take, something I've been saying. Dwayne Haskins will be starting quarterback by the end of the year. I loved what he did in the preseason. Um, I love what he had shown. He looked good, played well. I want to see what you
yep.
think on that. That's a hot take I have, whether it's with injury or not. Dwayne Haskins will be taking at least 1 week as a starting quarterback in Pittsburgh.
Man, that's so crazy that you say that, but just watching them in these preseason games, I said, yeah, I think they groomed him a little bit. And then with them saying that he's playing the whole game in week 3, I think they really gonna get a really good look at him. And I
Yep.
think he's gonna be the backup to Big Ben. He's gonna be the backup to Big Ben. So it's gonna it's gonna get him some time. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
This is what I said when I saw that he was starting. I just said, man, do your thing
Yep.
in that week 3 of preseason, man, because everybody watching it. And then I'm just saying a lot more teams watching it too, even if they release him. He's a strong backup
Right.
because he
Oh
played he
yeah.
played good this preseason, man. He looked good
Yeah.
when he looked natural. He looked like he knew what he was doing.
Exactly.
He looked like he in a good situation, a good area.
Yep. Couldn't agree more. But now that is it for our third quarter. We're moving on to the
Sir,
fourth
yes,
quarter
sir.
now. We're gonna ask our last trivia question. Already had two. This will be the last one. Answer it if you want a personalized hat by LeBron autographed. But this will
Here we
be,
go.
yeah, I'll let him show them to you. I'll let him show them to you.
Here go the hats, man. Here go the hats right here. You know what I'm saying? Personalized. You get the answer right. We can personalize this to you. Send it right to your doorstep, baby. From the
Yep.
Affirmation Podcast. Yes, sir.
Yes,
Sorry,
sir.
I
That's
mean,
it.
sorry. I mean, we understand that. Sorry, it had to be Ravens. I
Mm.
want to explain this too. The reason why it's Ravens drafted me. My first team getting drafted, man, changed my life, changed my family life. You know what I'm saying? So I'm still kind of tired of them, man. My son is
Yep.
still up there. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Austin. You know what I'm saying? So he's still up there. So that's why the Raven hat. But check this out. If you want another hat or anything, another team, you just like, hey, if you win, if you want another hat of another team, hey, we can make that happen. We can make
Right.
that
Let
happen,
us
man. I'll
know.
make that. We'll make that. Just let us know, man. Let us know in the comments. Let us know, you know what I'm saying, DM or whatever in the Affirmation Podcast on IG, Facebook, man, and we'll make it happen.
Yep. So now, that is it. We will now move on to our trivia question. For our final trivia question of this week, this will be the third one. Like I said, who was the first round pick of the Baltimore Ravens the year LeBron was drafted? LeBron was a fourth round draft pick. Um, Not telling you guys the year. You guys can guess that or look it up. I know you guys will cheat. But like I said, who was the first round pick the year LeBron was drafted? Now we are on to the fourth quarter. Um, we are up to the fourth
Fourth quarter,
quarter.
baby.
Now we're gonna tell y'all this is gonna be a little bit different. Like we didn't really tell y'all what we were doing yet, but I'm gonna actually interview LaRon. It'll be kind of cool just to kind of you guys will get some more information that you probably didn't know. You know, I've interviewed a lot of people. This is awesome for me. Like never thought I'd be doing this, but now like we got a podcast and we're taking this day to kind of I'll get to interview him. Like we're gonna do like a quarter, so it'll be like 15 minutes. I'm just gonna ask him a bunch of questions just off the top of my head. And we're gonna go through this so we can give you guys some cool content that you might not know. Now my first question coming in,
Okay.
like I know you're from Tuscaloosa, but is there any reason that you kind of chose Alabama, and what were some other schools you were looking at coming out of high school?
Man, going from Fort Wayne, you know what I'm saying, moving
Oh,
down
you know,
to
you're not from
Tuscaloosa.
Tuscaloosa. You're from Fort Wayne. That's my bad.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, Fort Wayne, Indiana. So moving down to, you know what I'm saying, Tuscaloosa, Alabama. I really didn't know, you know what I'm saying, pretty much nothing about Alabama. Just until, you know what I'm saying, a guy that my mom was talking to showed me the Miami versus Alabama game when Alabama beat them in that championship. Then he said, man, like the stadium right down the street, you know what I'm saying, from, you know what I'm saying, the apartments that we stayed in. So I was like, shoot, I might go to that school. Just being down there, you know what I'm saying. But just being down there, I had schools. I had Tennessee, Mississippi State, pretty much the whole SEC. You know what I'm saying after me, man. But I was a local kid. You know what I'm saying, mama's boy. Man, I want to stay at home. My mom was cooking right across the bridge. You know what I'm saying. So that's probably one of the best decisions I made, man. Going to the University of Alabama, man. I tell you that, great decision.
So now looking at um kind of like looking at the school now, I'm not gonna say who your coach was because that's a trivia question. I don't want to give it away. But
Yeah.
what like talk about playing for him and now I'll ask this question after, but kind of I want to ask about Saban. But for now, just how was it playing for your coach? I'm not
Yeah.
gonna say his name, your
Yeah.
coach.
Yeah, I swear it really like really looking back on it, and people probably what I played with, they probably understand this. He treated us more like professionals, as in more, you know what I'm saying, as a laid back, one of the best coaches that, you know what I'm saying, I had. My position coach, uh Coach Woods, like he was a monster. You know what I'm saying? He was on tours. He always used to tell me about like just being a professional. So, you know, pretty much I wasn't in trouble, but most of the guys that like took advantage of that laid back stuff, you know what I'm saying, they really weren't, you know what I'm saying, pretty much ready to play. I said on the post, I said a lot of guys from that guy that
Oh yeah, I
came in
saw
with
this.
me in the two, yeah, guys that came in with me 2003 class, they wouldn't made it on the same staff. Like a lot of them wouldn't, like a lot of them would have ran off the team, or you know what I'm saying, like quitting everything just because their mentality, you know what I'm saying, had, you know what I'm saying, nothing against them, but it's just the God honest truth. Like for
Right.
real, just from playing, and you could tell just from the years that I played, and you know how I mean it flipped a lot. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people try to blame it on you know what I'm saying, coaches. I mean, the guy was a great coach, you know what I'm saying? It just the way you got to come and play. Way you
Right.
got to come and play, baby. Real talk.
So now I'm moving into now at Alabama. Like I'm trying to do it like well, I'm gonna start off with college and move on to the NFL with you. But for at Alabama now, like have you talked to Saban at all? Like what's your relationship there? And what is your opinion on what he has done with that program? Because like you said, like people blame on the coach. Like when you guys, because Alabama before Saban was not the same Alabama. Like at
Yep.
the end of the day, it's SEC, it's still Crimson Tide football, but it is not. It was not the same. Like now, Alabama is it's the head of college football. Like it's the UConn
Yeah.
of women's basketball. Like that's the school. Like that's what you look at.
Yeah, it was totally different. I mean, when he got hired, you know what I'm saying. I I wasn't expecting like that. You know what I'm saying. Just how he just flipped it so fast, and you know, and then
just how he welcomed back like guys like myself that didn't even like, play for him. You know what I'm saying? Like he welcomed guys back and let me train with the team getting ready to go back, NFL, because I know he understood, That's when I was still like understanding,
Right.
still trying to be a pro then, people don't understand that in '07 and '08, just going out there with him. He's saying like, this is gonna help you out. So I think it's an amazing thing what he's doing down. Not only like boss, I'm gonna tell you this, not only just what he's doing for just the university, what he doing for the city of Tuscaloosa, him and his wife, how everything getting built up around here. His wife is on, a few boards around here helping out the city. So, the city looking good, man, and like him and his wife got a lot of stuff to do with
So now moving on from college, like NFL, take me through that day. Like a lot of guys
it.
cherish that moment. Like take me through that day, the
Yeah.
day that you got the call from whoever. It would probably be, was it Newsom? Was it Ozzy?
Yeah, it was Newsom. Yep, it was
Okay,
Newsom.
so
So
take me through that day.
y'all know. So y'all see. I know back in the day, during the draft, so this is 2007. Back in the day during the draft, it was 3 days. So the first day was first through third. The second day, no, it was 2 days. The first day was first through third. Second day was fourth through seventh. It had all in 2 days. So on the first day, if people knew back then, it was like between me and like Brian Leonard at the fullback position. So and I was wondering, I was like, man, if he go early, because they were trying to put him at halfback, I should go first day. So he
Right,
went like in like the late second. He went like the late second. So the whole third, I'm thinking I'm gonna get the call. I'm thinking I'm gonna get the call. You know what I'm saying? And I think it was the Raiders and the Colts. It was two passing teams like left on the thing, and I was like, man, I know they're not gonna get me. So, to be honest, man, that first day I was devastated because I thought I was going
right,
first day. But I remember, man, my roommate, his mom came outside. She prayed over me, and everything. And she said, man, tomorrow you're gonna get drafted. So that next morning, I'm just sitting in the living room, and like I ain't even tell anybody. Like my agent called me first, and he said it's going to be two picks in that draft in the fourth round. Antoine Barnes uh, was picked 135. You know what I'm saying? He said they got
right,
135 and 137. They're going to get Antoine Barnes. And it's so crazy, man. Him battling each other our senior year in college.
right,
FIU played Alabama. We played them for homecoming. Me and him battled each other. That probably, and I saluted him too, because I said, man, for a guy going to FIU, like, man, you supposed to be at a bigger school. You know what I'm saying?
right,
Just how me and him battled. What I'm saying? But they drafted him, got the call from Ozzie Newsome, what I'm saying, and everything, man. And, me and my mom danced all night, what I'm saying, the blues music, what I'm saying. So that was a great time, man, for me and my family, man. So it was just the exciting part, just coming from, I'm from down south, man, just being down south, coming from up north, what I'm saying, moving down south, going to college down there, and then all of a sudden, boom, I'm going to Baltimore, Maryland. I'm saying? Whole different atmosphere, man. You know what I'm
right.
saying? Great city. And I still love it, baby.
So now so you played 1 year for Billick, is that right? Or did you play all your years for
Yeah,
Harbaugh? Because
1 year.
Harbaugh's
Yeah, 1 year.
1 year for Billick,
One
and
year
then
for
Harbaugh
Billy.
came in. So now
Harbaugh came in, man.
take me through like what it was like playing for each coach, like because Billick in Baltimore is looked at highly just because he's won a Super Bowl. He had a long tenure here. And the one thing that I always, growing up being a Ravens fan, is always awesome is not having to worry about every 4 years firing your coach and getting a new one. So kind of take me through what it was like, because a lot of guys in Baltimore, cherish their time there. So take me through what it was like playing just under
Yeah.
two coaches and for each coach.
Yeah, man. Bill, the staff that drafted me, great coach. He just believed in the, what I'm saying, the fullback position. So I forever love that man. Just how he ran the offense, just how he coached, just how he treated, like, what I'm saying, the men and everything. What I'm saying. So it was great. Like I felt like my rookie season was it was like a blur. It was fast. So 'cause we didn't go to playoffs that year. It was a rough year. What I'm saying. I know I expected more. What I'm saying, but
Right.
what I'm saying, with the play that we had, what I'm saying, it didn't go as expected, and that's why we changed coaches. So people don't even know, me and Harbaugh started off on the wrong foot, but that's probably the best thing that ever happened to that organization. Man, you know what I'm saying? Just the way that he is, his demeanor, that team is just like him. You know what I'm saying? I love the way that he coaches. I love the way he put his staff together. The way that just the way that the Baltimore Ravens does things has a lot to do with him. You know what I'm saying? A lot
Right.
of they does it different. They do it different than a lot of organization, man. I salute, you know what I'm saying, Harbaugh on that. You know what I'm saying? I know we got into it like that. It was like that spring, it was like that first spring, you know what I'm saying, right before training camp. You know what I'm saying? I was like, you know what I'm saying, getting into it, you know what I'm saying? And then me not even coming through in training camp, they put me on the PUP because I ain't passed a conditioning test. This back in 2008. And that
I
man
got a
still,
question
and
about
he
that
still,
too.
yeah, yeah, he put me on PUP, and that man still, and he still gave me a chance. Still gave me a chance, you know what I'm saying, to redeem myself, man. So I'm forever thankful for, you know what I'm saying, Harbaugh, man, and that he came in. I know the city of Baltimore forever thankful for him too.
So now, what would you say? Like a lot of guys have that story of when you realize like you were a rookie and these guys were grown men. Like, are there any players that you kind of either whether it was during practice or during a preseason game or during a regular season game where you kind of got that hey rookie moment where it was like these dudes are grown men? Like, do you have any of those stories?
Yeah, man. I just remember one play. I just knew every time that I had to block Ray, I had to come on with it. And like one time uh I guess I got him more than, you know what I'm saying, what he expected. So, you know what I'm saying? So the next play we had a little counter play. Like I came around, man, he hit me with a forearm so hard. Like people don't even notice, like to this day, like I thought something was broke, like on the inside, like he hit me so hard on my chest, like, you know what I'm saying? So I just walked back to the huddle, you know what I'm saying? I think I tapped out. I think I asked my coach, can I get a sub? You know what I'm saying, on that. You know what I'm saying? I think that was one of them days where like I was like the only fullback. So this is like my
Right.
rookie year. This is my rookie year. You don't know. Like people don't understand. Like I had to block Ray Lewis, Bart Scott,
Yep.
you know what I'm saying? Terrell, the Jared Johnson and Terrell Suggs. Like that was my matchup in training camp. Like imagine doing that twice a day, all
Yep.
day, every day at fullback, and then imagine doing that once a week, and then Sunday having to play like the Steelers back then when they had Farrier, Foot, Woodley, and Harrison.
Harrison. Yep. Yep.
There was some of the best days, baby. Some of the best days.
Right. Yeah. No, it definitely
Some of the
sounds
best
like it.
days. Some of the best days, man. Some of the best days. Some of the best days.
So now, like moving on from that, you kind of mentioned this a little bit. So like a lot of reports, and from a lot of insiders, like Harbaugh has a doghouse. Like Harbaugh, when certain guys make him mad, like that's when they don't play as much, whether whatever their skill is. Like guys get into Harbaugh's doghouse, and once they're in there, like it's over. They're not playing very much. So kind of do you have any like insight about that? And you kind of said you and him butted heads a little bit, but like as we all know, it turns out you were the guy after that. So tell me a little
Man,
bit about that.
I feel like he gives everybody a chance, you know what I'm saying, to be who they are. He give everybody a chance to be who they are. He expect you to be a professional though. Like I think it's one code at being. You see the Ravens do it different. You can even tell like how the way they practice look like they practice in their game uniforms. Just how
Yep.
he just want everything different. He want everything to be game like, and I take some of the stuff, like I'm coaching a 7 to 8 team down here, 7 8 year old team down here, and I just teach them about this, some of them first year, and I'm just teaching like, even if you do it wrong, man, do it fast. That's one of his
Right.
main things. Like you gotta be just fast. You gotta be fast, and you gotta be in shape. It's probably one of the hardest conditioning tests you ever took in your life. You know, to
Real
say it
quick,
up there.
jump into that a little bit
Yeah.
too, because that was my next question. Tell me a little bit about that too.
Man, that condition test is just it's just the way that they work. You work so hard. If you work hard during the off season and make enough workouts, you ain't got to run it. But if you don't, you have to run this test. You know what I'm saying? It's a shuttle test. It's 6 reps, but it's just like time, and this time, and it really like it tests you. But it really, if you make this test and you do this thing, you ready to play some football. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Really, just ready to go out there and put the pads on and play. You're not ready to play football until you put the pads on and go out there and practice football. That's how you get in football shape. But as in that test, yes, sir. I know I said he brought in just a whole different military type style, and let's go to work. And as you can see, I just know it. I said it's gonna be a few years, man. He go win that Super Bowl, and like he did. And as you can see now, he making the moves. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying, they make a run for that thing this year.
Yeah, so for sure. And now moving on, like then at the end of your tenure in Baltimore, what so next it was Kansas City, right?
Yep, Kansas City for the year.
So kind of take me through like what the difference was there, and kind of what the difference was like moving from Baltimore to Kansas City.
Man, it was like it was. I'm gonna be honest, it was like night and day. I remember my first day at camp when they dropped me off, when the driver dropped me off, and I had to walk like a half a mile, like just to my dorm. And like even the dorm room I went in, and just like I'm like, man, like really, like man, I'm in Kansas City now. Like I'm finna play for the like when the season start. I'm just thinking ahead. I'm thinking a month and a half ahead. I'm like, man, I'm gonna be really kicking off with the Kansas City Chiefs. So it was just different. Just everything was different. I could tell. That's when I knew that, like, you know what I'm saying, like every organization is not the same. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But like just everything was different. You know what I'm saying? I remember the first year, like my year at Kansas City was bad. Like I think we only won like 4 or 5 games. Like it was like we lost to Buffalo that first game, like 41-7. Like I lost to Buffalo. Like that not nothing against Buffalo. Buffalo's my favorite team growing up as a kid. Just then, like I just when I was with the Ravens, like we used to, my first is just different. You know what I'm saying? You going
Right.
to a different team, you know what I'm saying? You leaving a playoff team like the Ravens, then going to them. So, but I'm gonna tell you this, I got some I met some I got some lifelong friends out there that I met, you know what I'm saying? Dwayne Bowe, you know what I'm saying, Donald Washington, Jamal Charles, the guys out there that I played with, Thomas Jones. You know what I'm saying? And then we had a good team. I'm
Right.
telling you, we had a good team in Kansas City. The offense was good. I'm telling you, Jamal Charles don't get hurt. I'm telling you, it's a different season. If they could have gave me a whole season blocking with him, like it was so smooth blocking for him. It just like I blocked for some good running backs. If I could have got a whole season with Jamal Charles, you know what I'm saying, it'd be good. But I did block for Thomas Jones, you know what I'm saying, that, you know what I'm saying, spring forward me towards, you know what I'm saying, get my last years, you know what I'm saying, in San Diego. So I guess they saw some good in me. Noah Turner did.
Oh yeah. So now, like that kind of leads me to my next question. Who who was your favorite running back to block for throughout your whole career? All the running backs you blocked some pretty good running backs. Who's your favorite?
Yeah, man, like I'm gonna take some people back right here. People probably gonna have to they gonna probably have to look this up, but I'm gonna tell you, man, it's a guy right now, got a boss, and I promise you, people probably ain't never seen him play. When I was in high school, it's a guy named Titus Ryan. And people from my hometown, you see this, you see this podcast, you watch the Affirmation podcast, y'all know who I'm talking about. Y'all know who the Ryans are probably the fastest family in the city. But Titus Ryan, man, probably he started playing football his junior year in high school. It's his first time playing. Like he's probably one of the best. I mean, it's 10th grade year. He's probably one of the best running backs I probably ever blocked for, man. Just any level. I blocked for some good running backs. You know what I'm saying? Salute to, you know what I'm saying, Willis McGahee, Ray Rice, you know what I'm saying, Ryan Matthews, you know what I'm saying, Ken Darby, Ray Hudson, guys in college, you know, some guys in the
Right.
league that I played. If I miss somebody, I'm sorry. But Titus Ryan, I'm talking about fast, probably he played everything, four-sport athlete. He won a state championship for us, you know what I'm saying, in high school, like by himself. Oh, excuse my bad. By himself. Like he got like, I think he only could run like 6 events. He got like 60 points because he was first and everything. So like that was probably the best running back I blocked for, man. Like we ran the wing team in high school, you know what I'm saying? Then we moved to the I, you know what I'm saying, the speed sweep. They did not want us to run halfback sweep, me lead with him the running back. I just make one block, he passed me. You know what I'm saying? That's how I felt. That's how I felt playing with Jamal Charles, just how fast the speed of it, man. But salute to my guy Titus Ryan, man, Tuscaloosa, Alabama, man. Tuscaloosa kind of high Wildcats.
Shout out to them. But but what just two more questions so we can wrap this up.
Okay.
First,
Okay.
who was your favorite quarterback to play with in your career? Like I mean, Bowler,
Man,
Flacco, like all those guys. Who was your favorite quarterback?
man. People ain't gonna man. Phillip Rivers, man. Phillip, I played what's good because man, I played with some cool quarterbacks. But a guy like playing with like Phillip Rivers, people like if people understand like the way that he is, people talking about a guy that love football, a guy that love practicing, a guy that's just passionate about the game, a passionate about life, a passionate about his family, passionate about kids. I mean, he exactly like that. A guy that you always gonna want to be around. A guy you can't wait to get in the locker room. You can't wait to hear what he got to say before the game. You know what I'm saying? That like he's like when people talk about the motivation like Ray Lewis, like he's like it feel that's Phillip Rivers, you know what I'm saying, for like, you know
Yep.
what I'm saying, the Chargers, man. You know what I'm saying? So that like that was one of my, you know what I'm saying, best teammates, cool country baby from Alabama, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what we were thinking, not recruiting him, letting that man go to NC State.
Yep.
I don't know who was the recruiters there in Alabama, but I think we got Tyler Watts that year. I think we got Tyler Watts that year, even though Tyler Watts did his thing too. Solid Tyler Watts, you know what I'm saying, Alabama legend. But you know, we let him get the NC State, man. You know, Phillip Rivers, man. Shout out to him. He coaching football now at a Catholic school in Alabama now, man. Hope they doing good. And I'm gonna go check him out. I know he a good coach, boy. I can imagine. I mean, been with him around, the most passionate guy, and never say a cuss word.
Yeah, yeah, he don't cuss. He do not cuss. They
Never
they have
say
the
one,
NFL
man.
mic'd up. He do not cuss.
Man, never say one.
But now for my last question before we wrap this up, it's kind of like a two-part question. Who who was your favorite team to play against, and which defender would you say is one defender that you remember like blocking like every season? Like what was a guy that you remember, when you hit him or he hit you, you remember that guy.
Man, I'm telling you, them best games or just really just getting prepared. I usually like the process of getting ready for a Pittsburgh game, bro. Even if it's prime time, even if it's at 1 o'clock, and then especially if we playing in Pittsburgh on that field, their fans, and we can win. You know what I'm saying? If we win up there, but just battling them up there, I look forward to them games. And a guy that, you know what I'm saying, that I just a guy that I all remember, and I see that he has a football life coming out on NFL Network. James Harrison, just blocking him, man. Even just blocking that defense. Period. Just going against that defense. That Super Bowl championship team. You know what I'm saying? In 2008, they there's some big guys on them, man. You know what I'm saying? I was battling with the best of them, man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But James Harrison was a guy in that AFC championship game. You know what I'm saying? Knocked snot out my nose on a 55 stutter play. I should have followed Lorenzo Neal on that. Lorenzo Neal clinked it out too. Lorenzo Neal was so mad at me. He said, "Why you ain't following me?" I said, "I thought I saw some backside," and I didn't. Harrison came down that line on me, man. Like, but great running back. I mean, great linebacker, man. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that football life on NFL Network. Here.
So now that is it. Awesome doing this. Like that fourth quarter was fun. It
Oh,
was
that
it's
was dope,
different.
man. I appreciate that. I appreciate the question. Like, and I just want everybody to know, man. I didn't know none of the questions that was gonna come out.
Yeah, and I didn't
You know what
need
I'm saying?
like
This
it
something,
just went on.
this something we thought of. We just say fourth quarter, man. Let's just give them some, you know what I'm saying? Just some great content, some raw stuff, man. And that was good, man. I appreciate the question. Took me back a little bit. Took me back
Yeah,
a
yeah,
little
for
bit.
sure. And like
Some great
yeah.
times, man. Some great times.
But yeah, like I said, like that was awesome. Like I really like that, and I think that'll be good for our content to all the viewers. Like I think everybody, it's cool hearing from a guy like you, like who has the accolades that you have, and just kind of that knows more than we know. Like viewers, like I said, like just know more than we know. But now that is it
Indeed,
for our
I appreciate it, man.
episode. That is it. Like I said, like please, if you guys haven't already, go subscribe, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff. We got giveaways. We'll be letting you guys know soon about week 2. We'll be doing something in person. Hats, we're
Yes,
giving
yes,
away
yes,
autographed hats. Like we're gonna be letting you guys
yes.
know, like we got a lot of good stuff coming up.
Man, want y'all to follow us, man. Like he said, on all platforms. Subscribe to that YouTube page, man. The Affirmation Podcast, man. This is just our second episode, man. You're gonna get more from us every week. Man, this was fun today, man. I appreciate it, Ben. I appreciate it
Yep.
today, man. You know what I'm saying? Hope all is well, you know.
Yep.
All is well with
Same
you
for
and the
you.
family. You know
Same
what
for
I'm
you.
saying? But like our subscribers, man, like we said, man, follow us, man. Answer them trivia questions, man.
Hmm.
We're gonna get them personalized hats out to you, man. Then we got some more great things coming, man. The more the better, man. And just thank y'all, man. Be blessed and thank y'all so much.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That is it. And look out one day next week. We'll be having episode 3 coming out. And then following week, we're gonna be doing twice a week. That following week, NFL starts every
NFL
Sunday,
stars, baby.
and we'll be doing live stuff. So it'll be interesting. So, like I said, thank you very much, and look
Yeah,
out for look it out.
the live show is gonna be great, baby, man. Thank y'all, baby.
Yes,
Thank you
sir.
so much.
For sure.
I
For sure.
form.